Hopefully this was motivating and not boring. If it wasn't motivating, sorry. But that's what you're going to get with my channel. You're going to get these sporadic outbursts of John's brain. So get used to it, or unsub, whatever. Hey guys, I'm back at my favorite abandoned building. I've been coming here a lot lately, as you guys have probably noticed. Either this place or the place that's way back and behind me there, across the street. It's also another, that one's not abandoned actually, but yeah, I don't know, it's just been nice to get out for a walk and enjoy a little bit of nature, say my piece, say what I want to say, whatever's going on in my mind. You guys have been a really good outlet, so I appreciate that. It's been really helpful, I think, these last few days to get out and get some fresh air, speak my mind, have such a good audience. I really appreciate some of the comments that you guys have given on some of these recent videos. I've definitely, felt like I've kind of opened up and I don't know, put myself out there, I guess, a little bit, which is fine by me. I don't really care. But it's still nice to have like a warm reception to that. Just gonna sit you guys down. Take this jacket off too. Yeah, it's been really nice having a warm reception, having people respond in a positive way. Cool, there's even a hook here. I can hang my jacket up. It's like this place was meant for me. Look at this. Oh yeah. So I found my new second home, it seems like. But yeah, it's just been really nice having support, having people, leaving nice comments saying that, in one way or another they've been able to relate, or that they, appreciate my perspective. It's really cool. I mean, I think that's the main reason why I'm doing this whole YouTube experience is not, it's not just to get a message across. It's not just to promote veganism. It's not just to, get validation from the audience or anything like that. It's been a growing experience. And I look back to my earliest videos, and of course I was using like a really piece of shit phone, so like the quality wasn't there, which I didn't really care about. But like you could tell that my comfort level wasn't there either. So it's just funny for me when I watch a video from like a year ago or almost 2 years ago now. Well, I guess maybe not almost two, but a while ago when I started my channel. Yeah, just seeing the growth and just seeing how much has changed. It's unreal. It's really cool. Today I had kind of a cool experience, and I've shared a little bit, recently about, well, actually within the last few months, I've shared a little bit about how my life has changed a bit in my work situation. I'd gotten a new job back in September, and I really feel like it was a surprise to most of the people that I worked with. I think because I went from working in production to an office position, and it's a very big cultural difference. Anybody who's worked in like a manufacturing or production or that kind of a setting, and then has also worked in an office, realizes that there is a very big difference between those two worlds. And as much as we don't want to admit that there is sometimes, I guess. But so I think a lot of people were kind of surprised, like, oh wow, what the fuck? How did John get that job? But I really think that it was all about positive attitude. It was all about mindset. It was all about being absolutely 100% in harmony with now, with the present moment, and with what I had, and being grateful for everything I had, but also recognizing that I had goals, and that I wanted to do things a little bit differently if I could. And I was open to that opportunity, and I was open to creating that opportunity. And, I definitely don't want to sound like I'm being egotistical, or that, like, I somehow think I'm better now because I've got an office job, and I don't work the same position as, so many people that I became friends with over the years. It's not like that at all. I just really feel like if you get stuck in the mentality, or if you get stuck in the the mindset that this is what I do, this is my life, and this is what I will do for the next 30 years, then of course you're just kind of setting the dead end for yourself. And you know what? Some people are completely happy with what they're doing, and fucking kudos to you. Like, that's great. And so there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being happy with what you have. That's actually really, really awesome. But for me, I didn't feel like I was 100% happy, and I knew that I had more to offer. I knew that just who I was, I wasn't being necessarily fulfilled. And I knew that I could take on a bigger role, and I'd be feel more rewarded at the end of the day. So, I think I just stayed just calm about the situation, and I felt really welcomed by it when the opportunity presented itself, and which gets me back to where I was going. Wow, talk about a tangent. Yeah, the whole point here is that sometimes we get in situations where we're maybe dealing with upper management, or we're dealing with people who clearly either outrank us or out-experience us. And I know sometimes people feel very uncomfortable with that because they think that maybe they're going to be judged. And I know I felt this way for a really long time in life. People that you either look up to, or that, maybe they're your boss, or, your boss's boss or something. And you somehow lose that connection that we're all just, at the end of the day, people who are doing a job. And 99% of the time because we have to, because it's a better alternative than starving to death and being homeless. So keeping in mind that we live in a capitalist society where you pretty much have to work to do somewhat well for yourself. Everybody's just the same as you in that sense, that they're just they're there to do a role, they're there to do a job and perform a task. And there's no reason to be intimidated by it. There's no reason to feel inferior, or somehow as if you don't fit in or belong. I mean, if you're confident in your own abilities and you know what you can bring to the table, just bring that confidence. It's just, yeah, be confident. I don't know. I just keep reiterating these things to myself, and this last few days is just, you guys have probably noticed, is this huge, like, where everything's coming together, that I had all the pieces of the puzzle and kind of knew what they were supposed to make, but now I'm just putting the puzzle together, and like, holy shit, everything's making a lot of sense. So, yeah, just be confident, and that really coincides with what I've said in these last couple of videos over this last couple of days, because if you are goal-oriented, you know what you want, you know what you're willing to do to make improvements, to make changes in your life, you're confident in your abilities, and you're living for the present moment and not, what has happened in the past or what limitations you might have in the future, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it, and the sky really is the limit, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you really can. So, anyway, enough of a ramble from me for today. Hopefully this was motivating and not boring. If it wasn't motivating, sorry. But that's what you're going to get with my channel. You're going to get these sporadic outbursts of John's brain. So get used to it. Or unsub, whatever you got to do. But hopefully you stick around. But anyway, before I go, I'm just going to show you guys this really cool, you can see this building behind me here. It's just a small little shed. Somebody has vandalized it, and I say vandalized, with "increase peace." How awesome is that? It's really cool. You don't see messages like that spray painted on the side of buildings very often, but I like it. It's a good message. Anyway, looks like it's going to rain again. I think we're supposed to get rain for the rest of the week. So I'm going to get home before I get soaking wet. Finish up my walk. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all your input and all your support. Peace.